So good time to start doing indoor exercise. So just lying on your backs comfortably. We're working with lower back tonight. Just finding your space. And if you're on a mat, you can hold the edges of the mat and help align yourself. If you're not, or you're on a carpet, just look at your feet and just see if you can sense your alignment. Then this is a back arch when you're lying like this. So if this is uncomfortable, this might tell you your back doesn't like back arching. So you might prefer having your legs bent like this and your feet wide. Okay, so pick either of those positions according to your lower back. And then we're going to do Tadaka Mudra, inhale, arms coming up, which is a back arch. And exhale, arms coming down, which is more of a forward bend movement, more of a rounding of the spine as you exhale. Inhale, feel the back arch. And exhale, feel the back become more neutral, the lower back sinking into the floor as you exhale. And again, if you bend your knees, you can reduce the arch of the back. As you inhale, you'll just be arching a tiny bit through the upper back, not the lower back so much. And exhale, you can even tuck your tail under and sink the lower back into the floor. So play with that. So usually when I'm working in yoga therapy with people with lower back pain, the first thing I assess is whether their back likes to arch or whether it likes to do a forward bend. So I'm going to be asking you that various times tonight, and you can choose between those two ranges of motion. Finding your breath. Tucking your chin in at the top of the inhale, exhale. Pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in, chest falls. Inhale, inhaling from the upper chest to the lower chest, the full belly expanding, chin coming in if that's comfortable. Pausing, exhale, pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in, chest falls. Keep this going 2 more times. And after the next one, if you like, staying on the inhale movement, or you can just rest and come out of it. If it's comfortable for you to stay here, you can interlock your fingers and stretch them up, or place your arms anywhere if you've got a shoulder issue. And as you exhale, drawing in from the pelvic floor up. And inhale from the upper back down, from the chest down to the belly. Exhale from the pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in, chest falls. Inhale, upper back or upper chest, lower chest, full belly expanding. If you can, also breathing into the back body. One more round. As you exhale, feel the back sink into the floor. As you inhale, feel it arch away. And when you're ready, bringing your arms down and rest. Okay, so grabbing your cushion, I hope you have one. If you don't, make sure you grab a cushion. Or you can use a block or a bolster. You can put it between your legs. And we're going to do some bridging. And you could, if you've got a wall available, do what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my toes up on the baseboard and then that pillow between my legs, just to give myself a little bit more connection through the feet. And inhale, I want you to lift the lower back off the ground, squeezing into that pillow, and exhale, coming down. Just keep that going. Inhale up. And exhale down. Now, if you'd like, adding on a breath, stay when you come up, adding more strength work. And when you inhale, try to lift a little higher. And exhale, rolling down. Make sure your neck is comfortable. Put a blanket under your head if your neck doesn't feel comfortable. Inhale, coming up. Maybe this time you can stay 2 breaths. Otherwise, just modify. And exhale down. And next time, 3 breaths if you can. Otherwise, just keep it going up and down or rest. As you exhale, squeeze into that block. And inhale, lift higher. And after around 3 breaths, coming down. And take that cushion, put it underneath the buttocks. Bring the knees to the chest. Inhale, legs to the sky. If you can hold underneath the knees if this feels better for you. And exhale, knees to the chest. Nice, gentle modification. Just holding underneath the knees. Or you can do it, inhale, arms up to the floor behind you, legs up to the sky. Exhale, knees coming into the chest. And adding on, as you exhale, bringing your toes down to the floor as your hands come to your sides and drawing your knees into the chest. If this is too much, you can do 1 leg at a time. Inhale up, exhale, touch down, and draw in. Inhale up, exhale, touch down, and draw in, and then you would switch sides after about 4 times. Now you can make this harder by bringing the toes further in front of you. You're trying to keep the lower back on the ground. You've got the cushion to help you reduce that curve in the lower back, that lordosis, to protect the lower back from crunching. So I know, especially as we age, our lower backs tend to get more compressed. If the doctor ever tells you you have degenerative disc disease, I have been told by physiotherapist friends not to worry about this. This is just called aging. That's what happens. The discs start to compress. So through yoga, we can decompress our backs and keep our backs more youthful and more pain-free. Strengthening the core is helpful in many things, including the lower back. You can make it harder by bringing the legs out further in front of you. And just finishing up. And just stay maybe with your legs to the sky, your hands to the sky, or your knees to the chest. Or rest your legs straight down. Just take a rest in either of those three positions. And just rest the breath. Notice what your back likes. Does it like to arch, or does it prefer to fold in? What makes it feel better? Sometimes when there's been disc injuries, especially the back would prefer to arch, like I'm lying straight. This would be a more comfortable position. Okay, so as another counter pose to our Dvipadipedam, our bridge pose, we're going to do a windshield wiper side to side. The feet are going to be nice and wide as your mat, if you've got a mat. Inhale, center, exhale, bringing your knees to one side. So this is getting into the hips and the lower back. Inhale, center, exhale, other side. If you want to add a little bit, you can turn your head the opposite way, as long as this doesn't hurt your neck. And that palm down, add that piece, which is very balancing for the nervous system. To add movement in two different directions. So the knees in one direction, the head in the other, can have a very soothing effect on the nervous system. So notice if that's true for you. Anything I say might be true for you or not. And if it's not true, just remain curious. Explore what is true. Yeah, just finishing up your last round. And rest, either with your legs bent or your legs straight. Your choice. Notice what your lower back prefers. So energetically, the lower back is linked to the third chakra at the belly button. It's our power center. In the martial arts, it's called the Dantian. It's your center. In yoga, this is the center of 72,000 rivers of energy called nadis throughout the whole body. It's said to be the center of our personal identity our ego, our sense of self, our personal power. So if you'd like to make an intention linked with that in your life. For example, it might be, may I be powerful yet compassionate. May I use my power wisely. Anything that speaks to you around personal power, self-worth, self-esteem. This is the little self of yoga that we need to care for as much as the big self, the spirit. And if you want to use a mantra, you can say inhale M, exhale strong, or some other word that resonates for you as powerful. Belly strong and the heart soft. Okay, so we're going to do some more back strengthening work before we stretch out. So I want you to flip onto your bellies, and you might find that using a pillow or a blanket underneath your belly helps you just get a bit more height. So, I don't know if you can see, but you can use a bed pillow. So if you've done this at a physiotherapist's office, they've probably gotten you to use a bed pillow. You can use a smaller cushion like I have. So your choice. And if it's not comfortable, just remove it. It's just going to depend on your personal anatomy. If you have a wall behind you, you could play with putting your feet at that wall to flex your toes. But I'm going to show away from the wall so that you can see that. And we're just going to start with folding the arms on top of each other, or the hands on top of each other, and the forehead on those folded hands or arms. Protect the neck. This is not comfortable. Feel free to add another layer of blanket or something. We're just going to start with the base of the back arch, which is actually the legs, and this helps us get into the deep core muscles, the multifidus, which are really important to learn how to fire for stability of the back. You're going to inhale, you're going to straighten your legs and exhale, release. Just that. Inhale, straighten your legs. Now I've got the toes tucked under. You don't have to have that if you don't want to. And exhale, release. This is also strengthening for the legs. It's also a good knee exercise for those of you with knee issues. And just see if you can feel that into your lower back with all that work. And then we're going to stay a breath or two at the top. And release. I just stayed one breath Next time I'm going to do 2 breaths, your choice. Just play with this. If it's too much, just go back and forth. Just make sure it's not hurting your neck. So just adjust your head if you're not comfortable in your neck. Okay, so now we're going to add leg movement. So you're going to inhale, you're going to release those toes. You're going to inhale, you're going to lift one leg up and exhale down. You can do this with the toes tucked under, it's harder. Inhale, lift one leg up and exhale down. Okay, just take a little break if you like. Adding on, I'm going to add the upper back now. So just relax the legs for a minute. Bring your hands down to about shoulder height. So your hands are beside your shoulders. And you're going to inhale, press up. And see if you can arch the upper back. Now, for those of you who are prone to headaches, be really sure to keep your chin tucked in. All of us, try to keep the chin tucked in. And exhale, come down, turn your head to one side. And inhale up. And exhale, come down. You can have your hands further forward or back if you like. Usually easier forward. And this pillow is helping you get a bit more height, hopefully. The chin tucked in so that you're not compressing the neck, which can cut off blood flow to the head, cause headaches. Just be careful. Now, if that's feeling comfortable, you can try, that's Bhujangasana Cobra, you can try to add the legs, which is called Shalabhasana or locust, one leg at a time. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. And if this is compressing your back, just go back to the earlier exercise of just straightening the legs and releasing and one leg at a time, because that might feel better for your back. Now, if this is not feeling challenging enough, you can try bringing the opposite hand up to a salute or a diamond shape and exhale down. Or even a straight arm. Careful of that one. And release. Let's come back. You can come onto your knees in child's pose. Just lie on your back. Bring your knees to your chest any way you can. And just rest the lower back. And release. Come onto your back again. And just take a rest here. Your knees into your chest. So inhale, knees away. Exhale, Panasana. Drawing the knees into the chest, using the pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in to draw the legs towards your chest. Inhale, knees away. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And just rest either with your knees bent or your legs straight. And just you can say that mantra that you made for yourself earlier. Inhale and exhale strong, or whatever word you're using. You can place your hands on your belly as you do this. You can create a diamond shape and put it around that nabi, that your belly button. If you like, you can visualize bright fire burning here. Or the color yellow. Color of this chakra is yellow. And when you feel ready, moving on to the next practice. We'll do some leg stretches. So if you'd like to grab your belt or your scarf or whatever you're using to stretch your legs. I have one leg at the wall, or one leg can be bent. And I've got a loop that I've made for my belt. And you want to start with your easier side. And your pillow, or it could be a blanket, just put it beside your hip because we're going to be stretching the legs in a few different directions. So this is for the lower back and the hips. So I believe we did this last week as well. So leg stretch is really important for the lower back. Tight hamstrings can cause problems in the lower back. So inhale here and exhale, bending that knee, tracking the knee. So for those of you with leg and knee issues, that can also feel good. And inhale, extend the leg. And exhale, bend. And inhale, extend. Keeping the toes flexed just to maximize the stretch in the back of the legs as we extend. You keep that going or leave the legs straight. So if you could just stay here and breathe. To make the breath long, smooth, and soft as well. So Ujjayi Pranayama, constricting the throat, just making it nice and soft so it's audible to you. This is a valve to help lengthen the breath. Okay, we're going to switch sides before we go to the side. So we'll wait on the use of this pillow. Just starting with straightening the leg. And if you find it hard to straighten the leg, you can bring the foot to a wall or even to a chair. So inhale, extend. The other foot can be bent for the lower back, or it can be straight, whatever feels better. So inhale, extend, exhale, bend. And holding the belt, however feels good. So you can use your prayer pose that we worked on before. Any other way of holding the belt that feels good for you. Into those hamstrings and the hips, one side of the back at a time. Leg stretches are extremely important for the lower back. Making the breath long, smooth, and soft. If you're ready, staying with the legs straight, and breathing and stretching the hamstrings, the calf. You might want to change the position of the hands, the length of the belt. And show that namaste position. At some point, your breath might become very, very subtle rather than long. It might just be as if you're not breathing in at all, just a natural breath awareness, and that's completely fine. And when you're ready, release. When that happens, you're kind of moving towards meditation in the pose. Release the leg. We're going to switch sides, and now we're going to open the leg to the side. So you've got that cushion. And just position yourself so that you can have space to open your leg, holding the belt any way that feels comfortable. And your other arm to the side. So I'm just going to shift myself a little bit more to the side here. So inhale here, and as you open, that's your inhale. And exhale, coming back to the center. Inhale, open, and exhale, center. Now, you might even be able to bring the leg a little bit over to the opposite side as you close. And this is for the hip, the groin. And maybe staying in the position, the open position. If you like, you can bring the leg higher. And if you like, you can walk that opposite foot over a little bit towards the side your leg is on. Hold the belt with the opposite hand. This is an add-on, so be careful. And give yourself a nice side stretch. So that's an add-on that you could play with to add more of a side stretch. Particularly helpful if you have scoliosis or compression in the side of your back. And this is another cause of lower back pain is shortness or compression on one side of the back versus the other. So we are going to be doing side bends tonight. If you can't do this one, don't worry, we're going to get there in a different way. And when you're ready, coming out of that and switching sides. So that's pretty intense if you got that one. So it's a little bit like if you've ever done Janusha seated with a side bend. It's a little bit like a supine version of that. Inhale, opening the leg to the side. And if you have a wall like I do, you can actually use that as a prop to press your leg into. It's kind of nice. So that's inhale, exhale, bringing the leg across and maybe over towards your other hand a little bit. Stretching that IT band. Inhale, open, and exhale, center and cross. So you exhale, breathing from the pelvic floor up. Inhale from the chest down. If you tend to flare in your rib cage as you inhale, you can also try inhaling into your back body. So inhale into the upper back, the middle back, the lower back as you inhale. And exhale, pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in, chest falls. And then staying in the open position when you're ready, or keep it moving, your choice. Height can be right out of the hip or a little bit higher. Classically, you're holding the big toe, which isn't accessible to many of us. And you can just stay there, keep it moving, or you can walk that other foot over to meet it. Switch hands with the belt, bring it overhead, and get a deep side stretch in the opposite side of the body through the lower back hip. Quadratus lumborum, the QL area. Getting a big stretch here. Your lats. And when you're ready, come it out. Okay, so the last move we're going to do without the belt. And this is a rotated twist. If you have a big pillow or a small pillow, you might want to use that as a landing pad. You might not need it. And some of you could add the belt on, so keep that nearby in case you want to straighten the leg. So just start with your legs bent. We're going to start very simply. So this pose can be challenging for some people. So I'm going to cue the direction just to make it easy. I want you to bring your hips towards the left, and then your knees and your body to the right. And I've got a cushion here underneath my bottom leg. And for comfort, I'm going to add a blanket under my head. Just give it a little bit of comfort. And then see if you can straighten that bottom leg a little bit or a lot. So I've got my left leg on top now. My bottom leg is straightening, or you might keep it bent. You might be able to straighten it all the way to the wall. So that might be as far as you get. Or if you can, try to open that other shoulder, and you might need that cushion or blanket under your head. It's a pretty big opening, especially men with bigger shoulders. Often they need something under the head to help them. Try to bring that left knee right nice and high. You can keep that bottom leg bent, okay, to make it easier. It makes it harder to straighten that bottom leg. There's quite a stretch for the upper back. And if you want to make it harder, you can straighten that top leg, and you can use your belt. Just give it a little loop. So be careful if you're doing this, and you could put a cushion under it and take it deeper still. Try to draw that top hip down. If it's super comfortable for your neck, you can turn the head, the top of the head towards the right as you turn your head to the left. Be careful. I would have something under the head to help. And you should be stretching the whole left side of the lower back. So to make it easier, bend any of the limbs, the bottom or the top, and to make it harder, straighten the bottom or the top limb. Harder still, turn the head. And then once you found the pose, find your breath. Can you lengthen your breath here? And you go back to another version, just holding the knee. And when you're ready, it's pretty intense. Just coming out of the pose back to your fetal position. Rest there for a minute. Come back to the center. Rest there a minute. And then we're going to do the other side. Make sure you have lots of room. It's quite a spacious pose. So your cushion to the other side. If you were using a belt to the other side. Your arms at the side, palms up or down. Classically, they're down. Modification up. Shifting your hips to the right. Coming to fetal position with your knees to the left. You've got a pillow underneath that bottom leg. Now, can you straighten the bottom leg a little bit or a lot and put that right knee on top of your cushion? Bend that bottom leg if it feels better. And then see if you can open. Now, I did say this on the other side, but if you can't open, if you've taken class with you, might remember this, you can put a bigger prop under this right leg, a bigger pillow, and it'll help you open. So you can see that. I can open really easily when I lift that knee a little higher, pretending I've got a prop here. Okay, so you can just use a big cushion, a bolster. You can also put a blanket under that right shoulder, pillow, blocks, etc. Okay, so finding a way to connect your body to the floor, and one side might be very different than the other. So accounting for that. So this side, I'm going to keep my both limbs bent for a little bit longer because this is a harder side for me. You might be able to turn your head the opposite direction to the right. Be careful, this is a lot on the neck. Keeping the back of the head to the left. Exhaling from the pelvic floor up once you've found your expression of the pose, shape. I'm going to add that extension of the leg for those of you who want to add on. This is one version of the classical pose, Jatra Paravritti. It's said to twist the fire at the belly, the Jatra Agni, the fire of the belly. It's being twisted. So this is also said to be great for balancing digestion. I find it also very good for balancing the nervous system, that compression of the gut. Just a few more breaths. Try to lengthen that exhale, pulling in from the pelvic floor up to the belly button. Now when you're ready, release fetal position on your left side. A little bit of yoga therapy surgery, that pose. Come back to the center. It's deep stretch. This is why I warmed you up first. Just rest. Either with your legs straight or your legs bent, whatever your lower back prefers. You could also bring your knees to your chest right away. We are going to do a counter in a moment. When you're ready, bringing your knees to your chest one at a time. Hold underneath the knees if you've got knee issues, or on top if it feels comfortable. Stay here in Upanasana. Inhale, knees away. Exhale, knees towards you. Or you can move to happy baby, holding underneath the thighs, lengthening the lower back, decompressing the lower back, and maybe holding little toe side of the feet. Focusing on decompressing the lower back. And release. And your legs either straight or bent. Let's take a break. Hands on the belly. Inhale in, exhale strong, feeling that belly button area, that Manipuraka chakra. It's called the seat of many jewels. So all the organs of digestion in this area, our power center, martial arts center called the Dantian, yoga called the Nabi. It's a very important place in the body. From the point of view of the human experience, this is our center of embodiment, of power as a human. Inhale M, exhale strong. Visualize the color yellow or the fire of the Jatra Agni, fire in the belly. It's also the center of will. It's that fire in your belly, what is firing you up? What is getting you up every morning, moving you forward? What's motivating you? And when you feel ready, we're going to walk our feet to the right side, or you could pick the other side if you like. It actually doesn't matter. So to one side, whatever feels easiest for you. Moving your feet. And then the side that you're towards, so I'm going to cue it on the right. You put that foot on top of the other. This is not classical, it's a modification to help you keep that hip down so you get a deeper stretch into that left hip. And this is wonderful for the lower back. I'm also going to bring my head and chest over to the right. So creating a banana or a moon shape with your body, a half moon shape. And if you like, bringing your arms up as well, holding opposite elbows, and seeing if you can get a stretch into your, also into your rib cage on that left side. So stretching the whole left side. And you'll likely feel stretch more in one part of the back versus the other. So you might feel it more in your upper back, more around your hip and lower back, or you might feel it in both. even into the leg. And breathe here. So restorative pose, slowing down. Can you direct the breath, inhale into the chest and then into the belly. Exhale, draw the belly in, the chest falls. And when you feel ready, uncrossing the legs, bringing the legs and the upper back to the center. Release the arms. Try to find your center. If any props you need to on the other side. Find your salma, sthiti, your even standing pose, but lying down, so it's called Tadaka Mudra, your center. And once you've found your center, walk your feet over to the left, crossing your left foot on top, the right, if that's comfortable. If not, you don't have to do that part. And then bring the shoulders also over towards the left. Your arms can be just as is, or if you feel comfortable holding opposite elbows. And then stretching this whole right side of the body. And just notice where you feel this in your body. Is it more your upper back? Is it more your lower back? Your right hip? Where is your tight spot in your side body? And knowing that stretching this might really help any lower back pain that you experience. Focusing on the breath, inhale, chest to belly, pause, exhale, belly to chest. Seeing if you can find a long, smooth, subtle, soft breath. Restricting the throat if you like, making that oceanic sound of the yoga breath. Help smooth out the breath and lengthen it. Great for asthma, getting into the rib cage, allergies, immunity. I suppose also is said to be good for digestion, in particular indigestion. And you feel a complete moving out of that side, back to your center. Resting here for a moment with legs straight or bent. Hands on the belly, finding that power center. Inhale, am, exhale, strong, or whatever your mantra is. And when you're ready, moving to a counter pose. You can keep something under your neck if you like. I'm just going to remove mine. So, all right, so this is a counter pose and also some core work. So inhale, bringing the arms overhead to your place. You could have a pillow that you reach your arms to. This is not accessible. Exhale, I'm just going to start with one leg at a time. Exhale, bringing one leg in and the same arm down. So I'm doing right and right. And inhale, extend. And exhale the other side, left and left. I want you to try to use your core from the pelvic floor up to move the leg. And inhale, extend. If that's feeling easy, you can try with both legs. If you're doing one side at a time, you can also experiment with opposite arm to leg to stimulate both hemispheres of the brain at the same time. Start to exhale before you start to move, contracting the pelvic floor. And then using that pelvic floor, that mula, that root, to draw your legs in. Maybe the lower belly and belly button as well, if that doesn't cause any discomfort. Inhale, completely relaxing, arching the back as you inhale, exhale, contracting, flexing the back. This is also great for tracking of the knees. So we've got some leg and knee issues in the room. So this is also for those of you with leg and knee issues. Now, if you want to add on at the end of that exhale, draw the knees into the chest And inhale, extend back out. Start to exhale before you start to move. Again, you can do this one leg at a time. If this is too much weight, using both legs at once, just do one at a time if you're walking. Make this easier by putting a cushion underneath the buttocks. That can remove some of the arching of the back as you do that inhale extension movement with the arms up. Now we're going to add one more. Start to exhale, then start to move. Lower back moving into the floor as you draw your legs up using the Mula Bandha into Uddiyana Bandha, the stomach lock. Now next inhale, legs up to the sky, arms up. Exhale, reaching the toes down. I've still got my arms up. And inhale, extending down. As the arms come down. Inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, drawing everything up. Knees in, arms down. Inhale, extending up. Exhale, touching the toes down. I'm leaving my arms up for this part. You could bring them down. Inhale, extend down. Exhale, drawing everything up. Inhale, extending up, arms up. Exhale, the hands can come by your sides or just touching the toes down with the arms up. Leaving my arms here. Inhale, extend, or your arms might be down at this point. And keep this going. One leg at a time or both. So I'm going to show it with one leg at a time in a moment, in case you're doing it that way. I'll show with the opposite arm. And just finishing up, just resting with your legs straight or your legs bent. It's comfortable, hands on the belly. Inhale, M, exhale, strong. And moving into your Shavasana. Legs straight, or if you like, putting a cushion under your thighs. Free to darken your room. Put a blanket over yourself if you feel like you're going to get hold, or just for comfort. The fireplace at home is really nice to do yoga by the fire if you have that opportunity. And let's lie here. If you like, you can keep that mantra going. Inhale, M, exhale, strong. Or you can just feel your body, feel your breath, and observe the rise and fall of the breath moving through you. And when you're ready, starting to increase the length of the breath. Trying to move the hands and feet. Putting one knee at a time. Rolling onto one side. Coming up to a seated position. And it can be on a chair, couch. You can sit cross-legged or kneeling, whatever feels better for you. We do a little bit of pranayama breath work. I'm going to do Nadi Shodhana. So the hand movement, you can just have your hands, I'll just show you. So you can have your hands like this. Or if you know how to do Mriki Mudra, Deer Mudra, you can do that. Or you can modify just like this. If you've never done this before, I recommend just doing this cupped hands. It's much easier. Mriki Mudra is like this with the ring finger and little finger together. Okay. Or you can modify just with the little finger thumb. Okay. So just find your place. Sorry, I just wanted to review that. Make sure that everyone knew that. Okay. So I use both hands. Classically, it's just the right hand that's used, but I like to use both. So we're going to start by placing the right thumb on the right nostril. Exhale through the left nostril. Try to keep that elbow nice and high. Inhale, left nostril. Close that nostril. Exhale, right nostril. Inhale, right nostril. Close that nostril. Exhale, left nostril. Now I'm going to switch hands. It's also nice for the neck and shoulders. Give that a break. Switching hands. Inhale, left nostril. Thumb on the left nostril. Exhale, right nostril. Inhale, right nostril. Fingers on the right. Exhale, left nostril. And that's 2 rounds. Other side. Inhale, left. Switch. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. Switch. Exhale, left. Switching hands. Inhale, left. Switch. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. Switch. Exhale, left. Keep this going. If you want to add on, even as you inhale, half close that nostril that you're inhaling into. So as I inhale into my left, put a little pressure on it to increase the valve effect. And keep it going your own timing. Nadi Shodhana, this is said to clean those 72,000 nadis, rivers, flowing out of the nabi, that belly button area. Your power center. Let's see if you can find a breath ratio. Counting your inhale and your exhale to 4 to 10 seconds or even more. Last round. It's also said to be extremely balancing for the nervous system. Just breathing through both nostrils now. Ujjayi pranayama, constricting the throat. Inhale. And exhale. Just do belly breathing or inhale chest to belly, exhale belly to chest. Counting in your head, inhale 4 to 10 seconds, exhale the same. And just finishing up, placing your hands on that knobby point, the belly button. Inhale M, exhale strong, or whatever your mantra is, your mind tool, your affirmation from yourself to yourself. Maybe remembering the intention that you made at the beginning of the class related to your personal power. Say that to yourself. Ending with Om Shanti, peace. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste, namaskaram. Thank you very much.